Yep, another one based simply on the name, simply on the subjects, and that's all I got. This one is the Sevens Kloppdiola 433. This one, it looks like it is based on obviously Klopp and Guardiola 433 kind of combo group. This was done using Southampton and brought them up, if I can take a look, to about 4th place. So bringing Southampton up to 4th is great. How is it going to do against Manchester United, Brentford, and Nottingham Forest? Well, as you can see, as we get into the league table, you can see Manchester United in 4th, 23, 12 losses. That is a painful amount of losses and still coming in 4th. 72 points. Brentford in 8th with 15, 8, and 15 with 53 points. And Nottingham Forest with 13, 9, and 16 with 48 points. Now, the tactic itself, standard 4-3-3, custom mentality is positive. You have a sweeper keeper in defense, 2 wingbacks in attack on the sides, ball playing defender in defense on both sides, a DM in support, a box to box in support, side by side with a Mazzala in attack, and then 2 inverted wingers, not wingbacks, 2 inverted wingers and in support, and then an advanced forward up top. In possession, you've got attacking width is fairly wide, approach play is pass into space, overlap on the left and right, and play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses, run at defense, and then be more expressive. In transition, you've got counter press, counter, and then take short kicks. And then out of possession, high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, trigger press more often, so that's a little bit of change, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Opposition instructions, nobody does them, so I might actually just cancel them and kick them out of here. But overall, like we said, it actually has done okay for Brentford and Nottingham Forest, who are both supposed to be lower on the list. Manchester United with 12 losses, that I can't say it has done well for them, no matter what position they found themselves. They are in Champions League spot, but still, I mean, 72 to 71, not great. Chelsea could have easily have pipped them one more. I mean, that last match of the season right there. But schedule-wise, as you can see, oh wow, Manchester United starting out horrifically with 3 losses in a row, all 2 to 3 score lines, interesting enough. Then wins against Tottenham and Southampton, a massive win against Maccabi Haifa, Real Sociedad a draw. So it looks like they're moving on in the Europa League, because then you've got a string of undefeated all the way through the first 2 matches of post-World Cup, 3-0 over Wolves, but just unable to do it against Fulham, and then Arsenal drawing in the FA Cup 3rd round, and then winning in the 3rd round replay though, but losing to Brighton, losing to Arsenal, and then again a fantastic run. Wolves 1-2, 1-3 Bournemouth, and then Man City 1-2. But overall, I mean, the sea of green, and I mean, just the horrific start. But after that, he still scored 2 goals each. Liverpool, Chelsea, very tough to start out with. Crystal Palace, you'd have hoped a little bit more, but away from home, oh well. As we go to Brentford, schedule-wise, starting out still, I mean, 2-2 against Wolves, but then losses against Arsenal, Newcastle, West Ham in there, Swansea, and the EFL Cup 2nd round win. A couple of greens here, a couple of losses, things like that. I mean, 1-6 against Liverpool. Man City 5-1. So Everton, a 1-1 draw, not good there. But Man City lost after the World Cup. Manchester United EFL Cup 4th round 0-2. So it's an okay January, a horrific February, and then a spotty from here on out. You do have a couple more wins here and there, which is nice to see. And then Nottingham Forest finishing up there. Schedule-wise, as we go back, starting out better than all, 2-0 over Fulham, 1-0 over Bournemouth, and then a 5-1 thrashing over Brighton. 3 home games in a row, though. But then a sea of the end of August is not great. September's not great. October, a much better season than 0-4 against Manchester United. Coming back into the Premier League, Arsenal a loss, 3-0 win over Leeds. A bad January, and then, well, I was going to say the rest of the season is fine. 10-1 FA Cup quarterfinals against Manchester United. Ow! That one has got to be one of the worst losses they've ever seen. And as you could see, they just 3 wins in the last 2 months, just did not finish very well whatsoever. So table-wise, I mean, They're not in relegation zones, and 48, so 20 points above relegation is nice. However, that last bit of the season, they really could have bumped it up a notch. I mean, 48 to 53, they could have easily come into Brentford spots around 8th place. Transfer-wise, does Nottingham Forest have anything different than usually? Nope. Gustavo Scarpa. They had a couple of sold, Ben Hammond, Jack Colback, and then 2 frees recently. Brentford transfers, do they get the same as usual? Nanu, so that's different. Giorgio Giacomakis and Scott McKenna, he's one we've seen before on loan. And then kicking out to the curb, all loans, nothing really there. And then finishing out with Manchester United transfer-wise, did I just see Scalvini? There's a transfer offer made for Scalvini. Interesting. But overall, João Gomez from Flamenco, is that it? 17 3/4. And that is the only in. And then outs, we've got a bunch of loans, 130 for Vitek again, and then Marcus Lawrence yet again. We've seen him before as a free. So apparently they have a really high eye for him. Most goals, Liverpool with 107, Manchester United with 85, and Nottingham Forest with 50. Brentford not even in the list. Fewest shots against, Manchester United 455. That is quite a disparity right there. Fewest conceded, Brentford with 48. Most shutouts, nobody. Most tackles won, Brentford at 839. Really got nothing. Most shots for Manchester United, 586. Brentford with 510. And Nottingham Forest with 504. And then most points per game, Manchester United in 4th, 1.89. Brentford in 8th with 1.39. And then player overview. Most goals, Erling Haaland with 44. Cristiano Ronaldo with 28. Again, we've seen that. Iwonyi is 24 with Nottingham Forest. A really nice pickup there. Ivan Toney with 20. And then most assists, nobody in the list whatsoever. Most player of the match awards, Cristiano Ronaldo with 8. Ivan Toney with 7. And Iwonyi with 6. And really, that's basically it. Nothing in the fewest conceded. Most shutouts is Dean Henderson with 11 shutouts. So pretty good there. Damsgaard with 101 most tackles won. Most key passes is Matthias Jensen. Most shots, you've got Ronaldo, Toney, and Iwonyi there. Nothing unexpected from that. And then as we finish out, as we always do, top goal scorer in all competitions, Cristiano Ronaldo with 48 goals. Same with the highest average rating, 753. Most assists is Eriksen with 19. Player of the match awards, Cristiano Ronaldo with 16. And as we go to Brentford, top goal scorer is Ivan Toney with 25 goals in all comps. Highest average rating, Ivan Toney with 702. Most assists, Mikkel Darmsgaard with 7 assists. And then most player in the match awards, Toney with 8. And as we finish out with Nottingham Forest, before we end this whole thing, Iwonyi with 30 goals in all comps. That's really good for Nottingham Forest. Average rating 712. Most assists for non-Lodi with 7. And then Iwonyi with most player of the match awards with 8. This, I will say, this tactic overall is pretty good starting point for Nottingham Forest and Brentford, I would say. Manchester United, you're expecting around there anyway. So pretty much any tactic that you want to use is going to get you up there. And again, no plug and plays. Do what you can to take your team, use these tactics, and do your own changes, your own shouts, your own, team updates and things like that. And you could probably do a heck of a lot better. But that's it for me, Safian FM for the Football Manager blog channel. As always, saying thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.